What you're looking at is a piece of Ricardo Bofill's La Muralla Roja that does not exist. Not in his drawings, not in his models, not in the building itself. Every frame of it was generated. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 things. How I cast a character from scratch, how I built a location that looks like Bofill designed it himself, and how I used AI to direct a cinematic shot of architecture that does not exist anywhere outside the file I just rendered. I'm Andy, and I've been working in visualization for the past 15 years, building workflows for real projects, and I spent the last couple days working on a short film inside a tool that launched today, and I've got some thoughts. This video is made possible with Artlist Studio. Everything you're about to see was directed inside the platform, not prompted, directed. There's a difference, and I'm going to show you exactly what that means. So if you've tried any AI video tool in the last year, you know the problem. You can generate one good shot, maybe 2, but then you lose consistency. The character's faces change, the location changes style, the lighting drifts. Every generation feels like a coin flip, and by the time you have 4 usable clips stitched together, your cinematic looks like 4 different cinematics. And that's not a workflow. You're pretty much gambling at that point. What I actually needed was something that works the way a real shoot works. Cast your actors once, scout the location once, set your camera, and direct the shot. And that's exactly what Artlist Studio does. Artlist Studio is built around 4 things: cast characters, build locations, frame the scene, and direct the shot. If you've been on a real production, you already understand this because it mirrors the real world exactly. I wanted to test this new pipeline, so I picked one of the most recognizable pieces of architecture of the last 50 years. This is a project designed by Ricardo Bofill in 1973 and is best known for its red geometry right on the shore. So I gave myself a challenge. Build a 3-shot cinematic that looks like a film that you might actually see on location there, but generate every single frame of it. So here's how it went. So to get started, first I log into Artlist and I head over to Studio. There's a new mode, and I'm going to go to Projects and create new project. And I'm going to call this Bofill. And in this user interface, I can start generating images, characters, scenes, videos, all using different settings right from here. I can choose different cameras, I can choose different shot types, lighting. It's a full-blown production suite. And then I can go ahead and stitch my different scenes. So let's get right into it. So first, let's cast our character. I'm going to go over here to New Character. And here I can explain who I want to generate. So first, I start with casting. Artlist Studio ships with a library of precast characters, each one built by a real artist. Julian, Idris, Charlotte, Hannah, Sita, a full roster of others. For most shots, these are instantly usable. You tag them into any prompt with the @ symbol, and they carry their appearance across every frame. But I wanted a hero for this piece, someone specific, so I wanted to create. From there, you can define them in detail. I can say they're Mediterranean, with black hair, olive skin, and glasses. Basically an architect on an adventure, carrying drawings through the space. I can also specify what they wear, like a dark wool coat over a simple shirt. And if I want, I can also feed it visual references if I don't want to rely on text alone. So then I can go ahead and upload that reference. And once I've got my prompt in there, I can go ahead and enhance it if I want to expand it and make it a little more verbose. I'm going to go ahead and hit send. And now I'm literally going to start casting characters. A few seconds later, I have him. Multiple angles, consistent face, and consistent wardrobe. And yeah, I'm trying to cast myself in this video. So I can go ahead and save them in my library as a cartographer. Every shot I generate from here on out, I can bring him in with a simple prompt. And this is the thing you haven't been able to do in AI video until now. Your hero looks the same in every single frame. You're getting that consistency. So look at that. Listen to my prompt, brought in the glasses, and it brought in the jacket. So now, as if I'm casting, I can literally go ahead and pick which one I like best. Let's go ahead with this guy. And from here, I can choose to create more angles of them. That way, when we generate more scenes, we're going to have full accuracy. And I can go ahead and choose different voices right over here. I'm going to go with this one. And if I wanted any further edits, I can actually just drop that in right here. And I'll go ahead and name them. So we'll use in project. And now what I can do is I can actually call on that person. I can hit @ and there I am right there. Or I can click here and add them. So I don't need to prompt out a person. I can actually use the person I defined and drop them in here. But now I need this person to be situated on a location. So I can go over here to add location, and I could choose any of these presets, but I want to go ahead and make my own. So I'm going to hit new location, and now I can upload references of the project. And I can use the reference images to have it match exactly or use it as inspiration. So I'm going to go with match exactly, and I'm going to select 5 images. I'm going to go ahead and prompt the location as sunny, vibrant colors, simple architecture, on the water, and then use the prompt enhancer. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and send that off, and now it's going to generate a bunch of different images. So I've been doing a bunch of tests, so you can see like some of my past tests. And this is like a really good job taking those reference images and just making new angles of that project. So these locations have baked out and all of them look just like they belong to the project. So it's actually kind of difficult to choose one. I'm actually torn between this and this. I'm gonna go with this one just because it's pretty sick. Man, this one's cool too. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. So I'm gonna hit create location. And from here, I can generate even more angles, and then this can be used for our cinematic. But you can see how useful this is because I don't need to go on site. I can literally build the site right here, and I've got full control over it. Beautiful. So I can go ahead and use this in my project. So now I can add my character. I can add my location. I'm gonna go ahead and rename this. So now that my characters and location are in place, I'm gonna go ahead and drop some instructions. So I'm gonna say that Andy over here is standing by the railing. I can go ahead and choose different angles. If I want a low angle, if I want overhead, different shot types. I'm gonna leave these all on auto, but you can definitely go ahead and customize this. So you're literally acting like a director here. You've got different light settings. I'm gonna leave it on auto and have it pull from the prompt. So from there, I'm gonna generate 4 images so I have different start frames to choose from. So how this works is we generate an image first and then we'll turn that into a video for each shot. And the cool thing about all this is you can actually customize the camera you're using and the model. So if you are a photographer and you know what these cameras are, especially the lenses, you've got a lot of control here. And like, check this out. Like I'm going to try some auto, but I mean, some of these are like $5,000 to like $50,000 cameras and lenses, right? Like that's pretty crazy. So I'm all fine with 2K, 16:9. Let's send that out as well. And if I want, I can even experiment with some of these. So let's go wide and let's go full shot and see what happens. So now as they're loading, I can go ahead and test these out. Yeah, I mean, Nano Banana is pretty insane. And that's pretty cool. So again, our location looks perfect. Our character looks perfect. And you can see the consistency between all these. I actually like this one a lot. So I can go ahead and set this as the start frame. And now with directing over here, I'm basically in video mode. So I can choose between cling or C-Dance and different camera types as well. So because C-Dance just came out, I'm gonna go ahead and generate that. And I can drop in the prompt. And if I need some help with the prompt, I can actually switch over to structured mode. And now it's asking me, you know, what is the action and what is the sound? Do I want this character to say anything? So I can say, man is reading drawings. And I can choose the amount of time. Let's go with 4 seconds there. And if for the camera, I could go with a static or I could zoom in if I want. Maybe do a little dolly in. I can do 2 videos and I'll send that out. So the first video is baked out and I can go ahead and test it right here. So while these videos are baking, I can go ahead and make some B-roll if I want. So I can use the same location and I can say slow time lapse, close up of a wall. I'm gonna go ahead and generate some images. Check that out. I mean, these are awesome. Yeah, this one looks awesome. Oh, that's perfect too. Oh, these are great. And like this doesn't even exist. So let me go ahead and use this guy. I'll use that as the start frame and I'll just say slow time lapse and then motion. I think this can be totally static. So now that those are baking, let's create another shot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to directing. I'm going to grab the location and I'm going to say aerial view establishing shot and we'll go send that off. If I want, I could also do the framing myself. Like if I want to just test images before we go ahead and use video, I can definitely do that. So I can just copy this. But my point here is you can kind of go in any direction you want. So you can go into different shots, right? You can go into different modes if you want to frame first to your images or go straight into directing. It doesn't matter. It's all rendering in parallel. So I could switch to directing. I'll see the video still there. I could switch to my other shots here and see that they're rendering here and that they've finished. I can go ahead and check these out. So like this is perfect. Yeah, like that looks great. Let's check some of the other ones. So if I want a little bit of a zoom, that's definitely a possibility. But this is great because it's nice and organized. It's just for this shot. I can go ahead and choose kind of like this one because of the wind on the actual clothes. Like the water's going and everything. That's actually pretty cool. And then the best part is, you know, here we generated this view first, but I can actually just move the shot list around to make it a little bit more logical. Let's go back here and let's see what we've got. Yeah, like that's very cool. Let's see the other one. Yeah, that's awesome. And then these aerial shots baked out. Gorgeous as well. And again, this is all made up. Like, that's a pretty compelling shot. I mean, even these two. Yeah, actually, maybe I just go with this one. But you could see how it's kind of like a feedback loop. Like you're going in these different directions and you're seeing what makes sense. You know, at first glance, one image might look better than the other, and then you can run with it, experiment, and see if it makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this image. I like this one a lot. And now I can kind of sit here and plan. So I've got my establishing shot here, then I'm over here reading, and then we've got a macro shot. And if I want, I could probably do another shot like this. Yeah, like this is a great one as well. Yeah, these are great. So what I'm gonna do is just keep popping into new shots and just setting up the location as well as what I'm looking for. And if I want to watch it all, I can just hit play right here and I can get a little preview. So a nice little establishing shot. I got this guy reading. And it's got audio as well. Like the best part is like, you know, I can always just play with the order. I can just move things around. I'm just going to keep making shots and I can kind of rebuild the story as needed. So now let's see, I want to create more shots with myself, right? I can go back to character. I'll add myself in and then I'll add the location. And I can say like, I go ahead and add multiple images, do this on auto, and we'll see what pops out there. Let's swing it back over here, see if anything's baked out, still working. But what's nice about this is like, you don't have to just like sit here and like watch the things render. You can go ahead and move on as well as test different options. You know, a shot could be an option. So since I generated this before and I want to use it, I'm going to grab that. And now I'm going to set it to my end frame. Now let's swing back here and let's see what we've got. Oh, you got the water there. That's sick. Okay, so I'm going to go with this guy. And I'm going to duplicate this because we actually had some good scenes in here. So I'm going to go back to shoot and then use this one instead. So now we start out here. Then we swing inside. And then I'm here. That's pretty cool. And like, if I'm not happy with like the pacing of this one, right? Because all the other ones are static cameras and this one's zooming in, I can just go back and just change it to something like this. And that's it. Now I just want to end it with a zoom out shot of me walking. So let's see. I can go ahead and set that. Go to directing. So I can call on myself, say walking towards camera, time lapse to dark. And I can bake 2 videos out. Send that out. And then I also want to just try some aerials as well. And I'll make sure I switch the camera to zoom out. We'll send that out. But you can see how powerful this is because I'm like literally bouncing around, building things kind of like in tandem as well as like in parallel, which is super fun. And then I can literally just go here and tweak as needed. But like the consistency is like the thing that is so important, and I feel like that's the thing that's just been missing for so long in AI video. So it's like, although I've got like these 20 different shots, it all looks like the same project, it all has the same characters, right? All right, and this video baked out. Yeah, that's pretty badass. And if I want, I can literally make that the final shot if I want by just doing that. You know, it's like, I don't know, I'm having fun with it. I think that's, I mean, even that's pretty cool. Now it's like the tricky thing is if I'm watching the whole thing, so like we're playing it back, I know there's some things that don't make sense and I could reorder. It's just like, which one do I move around? But yeah, I mean, just like, I don't know, the fidelity, the consistency, I know I keep repeating myself. It's just crazy. Yeah, I could probably get rid of that one. That one's a little extra. But yeah, I feel like that's a good ending to that. But anyways, the whole point of this is to show you what you can do, right? So every shot you can go ahead and download it directly from here if you want to stitch it elsewhere, or you can use the built-in stitcher right here. So there's a lot in Studio that no other platform really has. I mean, I've never seen like image and video and a compositor and a character editor like all in one. So there's a lot to see here. I feel like it makes the whole filmmaking process like very easy, especially like for me, who's not like a professional filmmaker, just like having all the options here, just being able to test and iterate and see what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, move it around. Like, the flexibility, in my opinion, is extremely important. Every frame generated, same character across every shot, same location across every shot, and all this is architecture that doesn't exist anywhere outside this file. It's just rendered. So cast once, build once, frame everything, direct every shot. So if any of this seemed interesting, I just want to point out Artlist's pricing structure. They're giving you a 40% off all annual deals, and if you go with the AI Pro plan, you actually get 50,000 credits for free. So I think if you want to get your toes wet, you just want to try this out. The starter plan is definitely a good option, but if you know you're going to be generating a lot of videos, you're going to want to make sure you've got those credits in there. You can even bump them up in here as well. But just note, they go fast, so just budget for that. Anyways, if you've got any questions about this, definitely let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. And as always, if you made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me out, and I'll see you in the next one.